So today we're talking about division with regrouping. First, I'm going to show you the standard algorithm for dividing, and then I'm going to show you how you're doing the standard when you do the box method as well. A lot of kids really like the box method because it helps keep things organized for them. Okay, so let's start with the standard algorithm first. I'm going to cover this up so I don't get anybody confused with that. Okay, so the standard algorithm, which I learned when I was little, and a lot of you probably learned it this way too. So I'm looking at this number, and I go to the first number right here, the 3, and I say, how many groups of 2 can I take out of that 3 right there? I'm only looking at the 3 right now. How many groups of 2 can I take out of 3? Well, I know that 1 times 2 is 2, and I cannot take more than that group out of there. So 3 minus 2, I subtract it out because remember, division is repeated subtraction. Okay, so when I subtracted that, I got 1 left over. Now I go to my next number, I bring it down, and so I put it right here. So now I have 14 because I had that 1 left over. So how many groups of 2 can I take out of 14? Well, I know 2 times 7 is 14. So 7 times 2 is 14. So I'm going to subtract out 14 and I get 0. So I don't have anything left over on that one. But I still have another number here I have to finish with when I go to subtract. Okay? When I go to divide, I should say. Okay, so how many groups of 2 can I take out of 6? Well, I know 2 times 3 is 6. So I'm going to write 6 down. I'm going to subtract it out. I get 0. I don't have any other numbers to divide. So this right here is my final answer, 173. Okay, now let me show you the same thing. It's just set up in a different format. Okay, so here's my divisor right here. I'm going to put it inside of a box, my dividend inside my box. Okay, and then I'm going to put lines in between here, and this is just like an organizational tool. Really helps a lot of kids stay organized, and it really helps them understand the problem. So I'm going to cover these up for right now because I don't need them. Okay, so I know, again, I can take one group of 2 out of 3. So 1 times 2, because we know there's a little multiplication sign right there. It's just invisible. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract that out, and I have 1 left over. Now, instead of bringing the next number down, all I do is put that 1 in front of that number right there. So I'm done with that one. I don't need to look at that one. I just saved to myself, how many groups of 2 can I take out of 14? 7. 2 times 7 is 14. I subtract that out, I get 0. I do not have to bring this up in front of here, but I can if I want to. Okay, so now we're done with the first 2. 2, how many groups of 2 can I take out of 6? I could take 3 groups of 2 out of 6. That is 6. I subtract it out, I get 0. That means I have no remainder. Okay, so notice we get the same answer no matter how I set it up. Now, here's the trick though. Can I check my answer and make sure that I'm correct? Of course I can. 173 times 2, because remember, we're doing the reverse operation. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. I'm writing down my 4, regrouping my 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus that 1. Oh, that's what I should have gotten, 346. Okay? Let's do one more like this. And I'll do it both ways again, just so we have it. Let's see. How about, I'm going to find a good number. How about we do 516 divided by 4. Ooh, that's a great one. 516 divided by 4. I'll use the standard method first. Okay, so we know that for the number 5, and I can cover it up if I need to. For the number 5, how many groups of 4 can I take out of 5? Well, if I have 5, I can only take one group of 4, right? So 1. 1 times 4 is 4. So we have to subtract out the 4, and that gives me 1 left over. Okay? Now I go to the next number in the problem, and I bring it down, and I put it beside that one that was left over. Now, I'm still not using that 6 yet. I'm just using these two. How many groups of 4 can I take out of 11? Well, I know 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 is too much, so it's got to be 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 11 minus 8, I got to regroup. 11 minus 8 is 3. Oh, so now I still have this number, though, that I need to bring down, because I can't just stop right there. I have to make sure I use all my numbers in the problem. 4 goes into 36. I know exactly that it's 9. 9 times 4 is 36, so I'm going to subtract that out, and I do not have a remainder because it comes to 0. So my final answer, my quotient, is 129. Now let's try that same problem using the box method. So I have 516. Okay, I'm going to put that inside of a box. Moink, 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 moink. Okay, I'm going to put this right here, and this right here, and then my 4 goes on the outside. So remember, this is just an organizational tool. You're still doing the exact same thing. Okay, I could take one group of 4 out of 5. So I'm going to subtract 4. I get 1 left. I take this 1 and I put it up here next to the other one. So I'm done with the first row. I can take 2 groups of 4 out of 11. 2 times 4 is 8. I subtract that out, I get 3. I take that 3 and I move it in front of that 6. And I say, oh, I'm done with the first 2. All I had to do is look at that 36, and I know 9 times 4 is 36. I subtract that out, I get 0. That means I have no remainder. So either way, I don't have a preference. Either way that you want to do it, you can use the box method or you can use the standard algorithm, but this is division with regrouping.